This is the introduction lecture of the ETAP. Okay, in this lecture we will see about the various things that is related to ETAP, and that will help you to gain some experience and make you feel confident about this software. Believe me, if you don't have any kind of experience in using ETAP, after this video you will feel confident and you will be easy to use this software without any problem. So let's see that when you first open your ETAP, you will get a window like this. So here you will see that most of the options are grayed out. You can see here that these options and these options are grayed out. Why these are grayed out? These are grayed out because we have not defined any new model, we have not start any new model. So that's why first of all we need to go to file. You can see here that there's a file button, and after that you just simply need to click on new model. After clicking on new model, you will see that you will get these three options. You can see that use saved user default setting. So this is the user default setting that we have defined earlier. In your case, you might have used this, and when you are using, you just define these softwares. Okay, you can go here and click as well. You can see that all these things is saved from the previous settings. Okay, so now that we have understand these things, user saved user defined setting, okay, we will move to this second option. If you look here carefully, you can see that it uses the settings from a model file. Okay, so it means that if there is some model file, let's say there you made a model file, you have earlier worked in this ETAB, and there is a model file in which you have already defined the material, you have already defined the section properties, you have already defined the load combination, and all these things there are in this in that model. Okay, so what you can do is you can just use all the settings from the model with this a single click, and you can save a lot of time. Okay, and this third option is that you can choose your display unit as of now. Okay, so let's say you want to change this display unit to metric, SI, metric, MKS or US customary. That's totally depend on you. And you can also change the steel section database as Indian, as Euro, as whatever you like. Okay, and from here as well you can choose the steel design code as well as the concrete design code. You can see here that there is lots of steel design code, and here you will find the concrete design code. So from here you can set up these things. Okay, so after that you just simply need to click on OK. So now that you have choose all this setting, it will ask you for the grids. Okay, grid data and the story data. So in here you will see that first of all it will ask you that number of grid line in X direction, number of grid line in Y direction, that is simple, spacing in X direction, spacing in Y direction. So the problem here is that if you look here, you will see that we can only use this option when we have uniform grid spacing. Okay, so and you cannot use this option when you have non-uniform spacing. So for that we have to go for this option. So right now we are going to only focus only on this option. We will talk about this option later in this course. Okay, so now if you look at the story data, the scenario is almost same. You can see here that this is the bottom story. Okay, and this is a typical story height. It means that this height, this bottom story height, and this typical story height. So when you define the typical story height, it means that this height will be same after the bottom story height, and from here you can choose the number of stories. Okay, and the scenario is same. If you have non-uniform spacing of the floors, you have to go with this custom story data. Okay, we will also talk about this option later in this course. So right now I will go only with this default option, and let's see what we will get. Okay, and after that I will just simply click on OK. After clicking on that, you will see that you will get these two windows. Okay, you can see here that we have two windows. In one window we have our 2D plan, and in the third window we have our 3D plan. Okay, So if you look carefully, you will see that this is exactly what we have defined as per our grid data. You can see that in this direction we have 1 grid, 2 grid, 3 grid and 4 grid, and this is the X grid data and Y grid data as well. You can see here that this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. And here you will see, if you story height, you will see that this is first story, this is second story and this is third story. Okay, so now that we have understand all these things, we are going to deal with all these options in the next lecture. Okay, we will see about all these options in the next lecture.